Hello and welcome to Flipping Through the Internet's #1 Mad Magazine news, review, and interview channel. And it's a big day today. It's a big day because I have two guests. But before I get into those guests, I want to say a special thank you to those people who are supporting me on Patreon. And then I didn't have it pulled up. Ed Meisinger, Doug Guilford, Rob Wilson, Rod Mead-Sperry, Andrew Goldfarb, Casey Ori, and Kyle Bridgett. Thank you so much for the support. What do you get if you support me? Listen, I don't have much to offer. I do this as for fun, so I can't give you like a ton of exclusive content, but I can give you these awesome Mad themed stickers that I've designed with the help of Dalton Vaughn, the one and only. Is that super? That looks terrible. So there's the Flippin' Through logo, the Potter ZB letter, and then the Potter ZB system of weights and measures. And of course, Max Korn was here, the clear sticker, so you can deface public restrooms. Well, private restrooms also. You know, who am I to say? Let's get this out of here. And I think that's really all of the announcing that I have to do. And so I want to bring on my two guests, Kyle Bridgett and Noah Van Sciver. Hello.
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 How's it going, fellas?
Great.
Good.
Hey, Kyle, where are you streaming from? What state do you live in?
Well, I live in the state of Canada.
In
Nova Scotia, Halifax, Nova Scotia.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yes. So it's 10 o'clock here for me. How about you?
It's 9 o'clock for me. I'm down here in South Carolina.
Okay.
And I'm up here in Minnesota.
There you go.
Yeah. So it's like a triangle we got going on here, I think.
Yeah, and if we all had like power rings, we could put them into the center here.
Yeah, that's right.
In case people don't know, both of you guys are mad artists, or I mean, this side, yeah. It sounds sad to say. Yeah, you were mad artists, but anyway, yeah. Now I'm depressed.
Okay, we did our time.
Yeah. Look at Jack Natoliano. That's not how you pronounce Natalino.
That's my protege.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Jack.
Skippy and Elmer. You can see him on what do you call it? Instagram.
On Instagram, yeah. Skippy and Elmer is his comic.
Sketchy Works.
Hey, Sketch.
Casey Ori finally remembered to tune in. Excellent. Good to have you, man. Kyle, turn up your mic, please.
What's going on? I can barely hear you, man.
That's his tone, too, is Casey, turn up your mic, please.
Is it better?
703 in Arizona. Here, say something.
Sound check on this?
I can hear you a little bit, yeah.
Is that better? I can turn it up more here.
Yeah, do that.
I'm normally set up for it to be controlling the audio, so
yeah. I
have my mic normally turned down.
Thanks, Jack.
Hey Noah, I have a question for you.
Sure.
I'm gonna put you on the spot. I'm being somewhat facetious with that, but anyway, you have I saw this post on Instagram.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you have finished. What is this project you finished?
For the past couple of years, I've been working on a graphic novel biography of the Mormon Church, like the founding of it, Joseph Smith, and like all that stuff. So yeah, I just finished it. It's 450 pages long. It was an enormous fucking ordeal.
That's a big book.
Yeah. How long have you been working on that?
So I've been saying I've been working on it for 4 years, and my wife was just like, "You say that, but actually, you've only been doing it for 2.5 years." So it felt like 4 years, but
yeah.
So
sometimes you start something a few years before you actually start it too. You know?
Yeah, that's true. And this is like a project that I had in my mind for a long time. Like since I started doing comics, I always wanted to do it because it just seemed like such an interesting story, and I hadn't seen it before in comics. So, so doing it was like, I feel like I can probably retire at this point when this is done. I think I'm just going to give up. So that's it.
I'm sure there's other like religious people you can biography,
Yeah, I don't know. Other people are like, oh, there's all sorts of like Mormons. You could do a sequel and do it about like Brigham Young or whatever. I'm like, I'm done with the Mormon stuff. This is the only thing I was really interested in doing.
Scientology or something. Next.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Make a real target of yourself.
Yeah.
Is that like, because you've done autobiographies, of course, but then you've done several biographies. Sad Lincoln, I think you call it in one of your stories.
Yeah.
And then like you were working with somebody else on Grateful Dead, and now this. Is that just happenstance, or is that something you're going for? Like you enjoy telling people's stories like that?
Yeah, it's just an interesting thing to do with your comics. If you draw comics, I don't know. Yeah, just an interesting storytelling thing.
Yeah. All right.
I don't have a good answer.
All right. I do want to say one other thing. I have another promotion, which I had up, but if you don't go to Kyle Bridgett's, if you're not subscribed to Kyle Bridgett's channel, Little Cozy Nostril, you're doing live streams like 3 days a week.
Oh yeah.
Musical guests.
Yeah. I had a musical guest last night.
Yeah. Zach, who is that guy? Zach
Crawford. He's just like a really tight Nova Scotia musician, guitar player.
Yeah.
He's really good.
It's insane. Like
Vegas
slide guitar. I don't even know how to describe it without
like a lap steel or something.
Yeah.
You do it through Twitch, Kyle?
I do. I use StreamYard, which is what we're using now. I don't know that maybe I wasn't supposed to reveal that, but cut that out later. And I'm on YouTube, Twitch, and usually Twitter because you can do 3. But last night I was on Facebook because I play all this old music and I always get copyright strikes on there. Like like 97 years old, like really old, but you still get copyright strikes. So
do you really for that stuff?
Yeah. And on YouTube it doesn't matter because all that happens is if you're monetized, whoever owns the copyright gets the money, not you.
Oh, I see.
So they don't usually take down your video.
Mm-hmm.
And even if they do, you can cut the section, like the 3 minutes or whatever. But on Facebook, they mute you first, and then they cut your stream. So.
Yeah, I need like a little theme song or something for my videos because I just use like classical music because I'm like, oh, this has got to be public domain, but some of it gets copyright strikes, and I'm just like, gosh. So
I saw one the other day. You were talking. It was like I think it was a segment. You were talking to Gary Groth, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And you had like a jazzy kind of tune coming in.
Oh yeah. Is that the one where people got pissed off at me because I ended the video with like a loud bang noise or something? People are like, somebody wrote, I was eating my oatmeal.
Oh yeah, I saw that comment.
That cracked me. I was laughing so hard about that. Like, somebody said they had like earphones in, and then the gunshot noise went off. Where it's just funny.
Yeah. My goodness. Yeah. The well, so check out both of those YouTube channels because like Kyle brought up, like you're interviewing active artists and they're really awesome conversations because you get into the weeds with a lot of that stuff.
I want to be like the Dick Cavett of the comics community. You know?
Yeah, I fell down a rabbit hole of Dick Cavett interviews on YouTube. They just started recommending them, and I was like, "Who? I've never heard of this guy," and he's just an amazing interviewer.
So good. Yeah. I love that.
I was watching like it was like some dancer. I think it was like Gene Kelly or something he was interviewing. And I don't know, just this isn't a Gene Kelly program. We're going to move on.
All right. But that does sound cool though.
I will say one more thing about my channel though. If you check it out, every time I have a collaborative drawing going on too. So if you come and watch, you can join in and there's a group drawing going on, a group doodle.
Yes.
So check it out. Little Cozy Nostril.
That's that's what I meant to mention, but I failed to. That's really cool. And I've yet to actually participate in, but I don't know. It's weird to like, cause I don't draw. And so like, you know, I get shy. So I just sit and listen and watch what other people are up to.
Use a different name. Say you're Noah Van Sciver.
There you go. You can do that.
All right. So the reason for the season, of course, is the newest issue of Mad Magazine, the espionage issue. What's that?
Can we call it the latest issue? I feel like newest is like a misnomer.
It is. Did I say newest?
Yeah, I usually say latest.
The most recent issue.
Yeah.
Is there no new content in this at all?
There's a new cover.
Oh man.
There's a new fold-in Johnny Sampson.
Oh, okay. He's great.
Yeah.
Have you had Johnny on the show before?
No, I asked him, and he seemed open to the idea.
Mm-hmm.
And then I never reached out to him again. So, yeah, I'm not like the best. I think I got really distracted by the interview that I did with Donald Knuth, who he devised the Potter-Zeby system of weights and measures. And I got a hold of him, and it was an okay interview. I think I was more excited about it than anybody else, but it was, he's now like this computer scientist, like kind of superstar, like the type of person, like, I don't know, like nerds look up to, and so I found it very interesting, but I was like very engrossed with his story. So I was like reading things that he had written and all that, but yeah, I need to be better about actually reaching out and following through.
I have one more question before we start to Kyle. Is that after you started, or after we stopped really contributing to Mad, did they end your subscription to Mad? Did they still show up for you?
You know what? Maybe you had a better deal than I had, because I would get, whenever I contributed, I would get that issue, and I would get the next issue. But if I didn't contribute to the one after that, then they didn't send them. But it wasn't just Mad, it wasn't just the issue, because it was everything that came out from Mad that issue. So I got like the Mad about Trump, and a bunch of other things. It might be different. It might be because I'm in Canada and it's more expensive to ship here too.
Yeah, I had a subscription to it. Like they just kept sending me the magazine up until like maybe 6 months ago or something. Like all of a sudden it just stopped showing up. So I wondered.
Maybe it was like they meant to stop sending it and then they just
just kept going on.
Oh, shut up.
That's possible. Yeah. All right, so we got a Peter Cooper cover. That's pretty awesome.
I like the fly in the top corner too, right above our place. I think I'm the person who's like actually looked at this issue. So far.
Yeah, I haven't looked at it at all. I think that this came out. This cover is reused though.
Oh really?
Yeah. I think it was because when I first saw it, I posted on Twitter, and Doug Guilford said it was. I think it was Doug Guilford. It was like it was used on a foreign issue or foreign version of a Spy versus Spy book.
Oh, okay.
And so, but I don't know. Yeah, like because that's almost like collage. It looks like it was cut out, sort of like this. The Mad Zeppelin, like doesn't match his style at all.
Yeah,
I think he's working digitally, like Cooper, on this.
What's that?
I'm wondering if he's working digitally on this now. He probably is, yeah. But because for a long time he did like stencils and all sorts of really crazy mixed media comics. Like he was really innovative.
Yeah, I mean
stencils, like in Raw magazine. I think he was in that. I
imagine they had. I didn't know he had work in Raw.
Maybe I'm thinking of the Fantagraphics book that came out later, but he was definitely in Heavy Metal and a bunch of other things. And he was doing all this stencil work, like using spray paint and stuff, and that's how he gets this aesthetic.
Yeah. Well, that's like what I remember when he first took over. I was like, holy shit. This is so incredibly different than what the previous. I mean, I guess it wasn't Bob Clark, it was Doug Manic or Ed Wing or something. They had like a little bit of a revolving door.
Manic was a little bit more cartoony.
Yeah. Oh, I missed this. I wasn't paying attention. Dalton Vaughn is here. Johnny would be fantastic. You should definitely have him on. Yeah, I'm gonna hit him up. You guys have convinced me. And Dalton Vaughn helped me create these stickers, which I'm super stoked about.
Those are great, man.
Yeah, I'll send you some.
You should.
And,
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll send you some. And Dalton, I wanted to send you some too as a a gesture of thanks for your help, because he really polished the turds of sketches that I sent him. Guilford says, turn it up, Kyle.
Still down. Hold on. How's that? Is that too loud?
I heard no difference whatsoever.
It might take a second to come through.
Oh, okay.
That's up all the way. This is up all the way.
The chat will let us know. The chat won't let us down.
Hey, did they ever do any of those like little Mad paperback collections of Spy versus Spy?
Yeah, they did. Here, you guys talk about stuff.
It's pro. Wait, hold on. It's Proheus, right? Is that I always used to say Proeus.
Oh, the original artist you talking about?
Yeah, Antonio Proeus, but I think it's Proheus.
So they collected some of that Spy versus Spy. I guess we're about to see. Holy shit!
Well, he did some individual paperbacks. Like if you look at his credits, I also looked at the Wikipedia. If you look at his credits, he has something like 240 Spy versus Spies in Mad, but also these books, and they're sort of listed separately. So I'm assuming he did separate ones for that.
Oh my gosh! Look at those. Those are cool.
Yeah, and so they had like multiple covers. Well, yeah, so these are the same one but different covers. And yeah, there was some content that was exclusive to them, and I think it may have been on the 5th one. He had illustrations that filled the page, which is really cool, I thought, because you get to see his style a lot larger than you normally get to see it.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish the coloring of his work in this was like that.
Yeah, right.
I think that would elevate it. Whereas I have some beef with the way it's colored here. I love this drawing, this big, like his desk here, his drawing table, and it's become this sort of Wimmel builder, busy picture.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. Whenever I see those Mad paperbacks, it's always I always see Dave Berg.
Oh fuck!
That's because he's so prolific. Yeah. He's just got 1,000 Mad paperbacks.
Yeah.
It's true. It's like it's all Dave Berg stuff, and it was like, was there that much of a clamoring for Berg content that they were like, we got to keep these in print?
There's Berg heads. There's a lot of Berg heads out there.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I haven't gotten hate mail from the Berg estate. I'm not a big fan of his.
Yeah. Well, when you die, you're going to go to purgatory. So,
I like it ironically, you know.
Oh my god, that's that joke upsets me. But so in here, in like the table of contents, they had been doing like a little joke where it'd be like, this issue has 13% new content in it, and that's missing. So I guess
think
that should
it's
tell
like
you
2 pages. If we're not counting this, then it's probably like 2 pages.
Yeah, it looks like there's 2 things and then the fold in. But they had the Al Jaffe issue. The one right before this was that was like where they had like a big piece of his artwork blown up and sort of unfortunately cropped. And that's like, I got a message from Ed Meisinger, one of my patrons, who said, I have to mention that, this was the inside front cover. This never appeared in a regular issue. Oh. So this isn't, it's originally published in Mad's Big Book of Spy vs. Spy Capers and Other Surprises in 1978, but never actually made it into Mad Magazine.
It looks
I think that counts as new content, though.
It looks like early Pete Bag work from like Neat Stuff or something, kind of zany.
Yeah.
I've been that's another guy you interviewed, and every time you interview somebody, I go to the comic shop, and then like suddenly their stuff is like jumping out at me. I don't know if like the guy at the comic shop also watches your show.
Yeah.
But
that's cool.
It's like your cartoonist kayfabe effect, but it's the Noah Van Sciver effect.
I a fraction of their effect.
Yeah. So here we go. This is a reprint that's been colored.
Yeah.
And here, yeah, you provided. Kyle helped me out. He brought up. Page 2. So here it is originally. I'm gonna zoom in on this. Oh, wrong one. Add to stream. There we go. Can you guys see that? Okay.
Yeah. It's better in black and white, I think.
I agree. Yeah.
I thought it was like a block of ice. Like in the color one, I'm like, what is he thinking about? What the hell is that?
Also, they've had to adjust the scale to get rid of this text at the top, because this is from the first issue that Spy vs. Spy was in. This isn't the first one you see when you're reading the first issue that Spy's in. I think it's the second one.
Yeah, because the first one they're poisoning the cats.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they go up to meet at a cafe, and then they each pour their cup of coffee out, and cats lap it up and then die on the spot. Yes, because this is from 1960, and it's strange. Who is Carrie Strachan? Has she done other coloring for this, or is it?
She's done other coloring for Spy vs. Spy before. So Patrick, it's Prohias, right? That's what we're saying here.
It is. No, it's Prohias. No, Prohias. I kind of have to listen.
I feel like Prohias was close enough.
I sort of have to put on a little bit of an accent myself.
Oh, hey, what's going on here?
Prohias. That's how it is.
Is he Spanish or what? I don't know anything about him.
He's Cuban, and I mispronounce his name a lot. And my man Tom Richmond is always in the comments ready to correct me. And he tries his hardest to spell it out phonetically, but I have yet to get it right, I think. So I don't. How do you feel about coloring somebody's work that's
I think in the Sergio issue last time, I think a lot of those it was pulled off well, because we didn't know which ones were colorized and which ones were colored originally. But in this, I feel like it doesn't suit the mood. It's too bright and cheery, but not in a garish way, which I think would work for Spy vs. Spy.
Yeah,
like those covers of those little books. I love those.
Yeah, where it's these sort of neon pinks and stuff. Yeah,
at least it's high contrast, which is what you want with Spy vs. Spy, right? It's black versus white, and then
right.
Prohias has this great line weight variation too. So, and they've taken some of the way, the blueprints. It's now white on blue instead of black on white.
Yeah, I'm going to put that up so we can actually compare them a little bit better.
And all the motion lines have been turned to white.
The motion? Oh yeah. Yeah, that's strange.
I don't know. It's hard to tell whether I'm being a curmudgeon, and just this is different from what I remember, and so I'm being reactionary or something. But I do think the black and white is better for Prohias, and we'll see later that they didn't colorize other Spy versus Spies in this book. They specifically went with just his are colorized.
I have a question. Is this the Turner Classic Movies equivalent, the colorizing of a classic movie? Do you remember when they did that? I phrased it all fucked up.
Yeah.
You remember they were colorizing? I don't know.
It's a Wonderful Life or whatever. They have
yes, exactly. Yeah, where there was black and white movies, and they were know what this could use? Know what modern times could use? A splash of color.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm guilty of doing that stuff too, though. I for the last issue of the Comics Journal, I recolored a bunch of Claire Briggs comics that were from the early 1900s, and just to basically get people to kind of look at them, because I know where they're coming from. It's you want younger people to like, you want it to appeal to them somehow. Black and white, you know, am I frozen? I can't tell.
No, you're not.
Okay, but yeah, you know what I mean. Like you just want,
Just
you
skip
want it to be eye catching in some way, and to capture like a younger person's attention. So,
well, speaking of younger people and catching their attention, like I teach small kids.
Yeah.
As young as like, I think the youngest group I teach is like 5 to 8 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I bring my Spy versus Spy collections there, and they don't have a problem with it. They're way into it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, donkeys do have very colorful testicles. So,
Alex, you're a wordsmith.
Do you see his next comment? Nice.
Oh my good. Well, welcome, Alex. It's wonderful to see you.
Yeah, I agree with Dalton though. Like a limited color palette would work better, right? Than just like that. It's when you try and add dimension to some people's cartooning, it kind of ruins it. So,
yeah. Well, it's one of those things where, like, when you colorize a photo, you know, if it's good, it's like you don't really notice it, right? Or like if you retouch a photo, if it's good, you don't notice it, and if it's bad, it jumps out. And like I don't have the technical knowledge or like color theory to talk about palettes, but it's like I know that it doesn't fit. I know that, and I know that I've seen, like, I think Dalton said like she's colored Sergio's stuff, and I feel like most of his stuff when it's colored looks pretty good, and so yeah.
But what is this? I just feel with Spy versus Spy, especially like the original, it's so black and white. Like that's such a part of it that it's weird to color it. I don't know. Maybe there's a way it could be done.
Well, what about
maybe
Peter
they do
Cooper?
It because they're so well trodden. You know.
Do you mind Peter Cooper's coloring on Spy vs. Spy?
Well, you know what? I actually prefer looking at Peter Cooper's Spy vs. Spy now, partially because I've seen all these old Spy vs. Spy so many times.
Yeah.
And he always like impresses me with like how innovative he is with the strip. But yeah, I mean, initially, like when I first saw it, I was kind of like snobbish about it when I don't know, when did Cooper start, in like the 90s? Like
yeah,
the 90s?
right.
I think when I saw it when I was like 16, I was like, oh, they changed Spy versus Spy. But now I love it. It's so good. It's so good. I love Peter Cooper's work.
Wait, what is this comic? Is this a based off an old show?
Yeah. Okay, gang. It's time for another mad version of a popular movie. Lean back, relax. Take off your you got me started, so I'm not going to stop. Take off your shoes. Notice that the people sitting next to you are running for other seats. Put your shoes back on and join us as Matt visits the producer-director of Charades.
See, why would they reprint this?
Nobody's heard of that.
I actually sent Patrick another, because it's the espionage issue, so everything has to be related to spies.
Oh, okay.
But I sent him, I found a Tom Bunk, the only movie satire he's ever done, according to Mad Cover Site.
I forgot to pull that issue.
Anyway, it's really cool. It's maybe not his best work, but it's really neat to see Tom Bunk doing that. And like, what is this even? Is Charades, like, is that a parody title? What movie is this?
I think the movie was probably called Charades, and then they just added play. So
okay.
Play Charades. I don't know.
It's like Old Mad is full of those where it's like there'll be like a show about, it'll be like, well, you know, it's taken the world by storm. It's nurses. And it's like making fun of this television show that, like, you look it up and it's like, oh, it lasted half a season. They just backed the wrong horse as far as, you know, they're gonna lampoon. You know, it's like they passed up on, you know, the other story. I'm not. Are you pissing?
No, I'm pouring water. Sorry, I should have got the water jug that gurgles. I should have got the quiet water jug.
This has got to be a problem for the people at Mad right now, because they're like, they have to reprint stuff, but so much of Mad is referencing pop culture that's just gone with the wind, you know?
Yeah,
so
those LBJ jokes don't hold up. You know?
Yeah, right.
But that's why I think like they should have gone. This one was that I was thinking was True Lies, by Tom Buck. So it's like even if you don't know the movie, you're going to be interested. And there's all sorts of spy versus spy references throughout the whole thing.
Huh.
But maybe they also maybe are trying to spread it around and be like, oh, we need this artist, we need that artist.
Yeah.
But this is Mort Drucker and Larry Siegel. Like, there's no shortage of material from those guys.
But spy material.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. All right. Good point. So here, this is, I believe, a new one.
Oh, this is new. This is actually,
Is
this is really good. And this goes multiple pages. Like, he's pulled out all the stops.
Here, Dalton talks about like those oranges and reds. And I think this is like, and he does do that. Like, not just like with this, it's very like the warm and cold colors. I do know that. I did pay attention in elementary school. Like those seem to like go throughout it, like all of his work. It's just like very apparent here, but
yeah, that's nice.
I like the, so it's like the evolution, but I really like the vases or the vases. Maybe just because I'm into like mythology and like that sort of classical artwork.
Damn it, I wish I could zoom more. Yeah, so you have like, I mean, it's like, it's one of those things like this illustration thing where it's a little bit of a cliche, but it's also like, it's so a part of illustration that like to not do it. Like do you guys know, do you get what I'm saying? Like it has like past, like played out, and it's now like something that it's like an institution or something.
I mean, right. I did a gag like that in like the last issue of Freaky, so
that's why I hate it.
It's fresh. Yeah. I think it's very fresh. I mean, maybe that's where he got the idea. I don't know. I'm not saying that. But...
Listen, Peter Cooper might be a Freaky reader, and if you're not, this is what I'll say: if you're not reading Freaky, you're missing out. Like, truly, I love that magazine. It's a very classic one. Here we go. Now we got an answer. Charade is a great spy caper movie. It's in the Criterion collection.
Cool.
So now we all just looked incredibly ignorant.
I mean, how many movies are in this Criterion collection? Like 50?
That's a good point.
50,000? I don't know.
Well, Alex just Googled that. He doesn't own that movie. He didn't know. He just Googled it.
Yeah, he's ignorant like us.
Yeah.
We're on to you.
He's lying.
But yeah, those vases are awesome too. This is...
this goes on too. This is like multi-page.
All right. If you're like, you guys can be like, turn this page or don't turn that page.
I have a question about the little gags, the Sergio gags on this. Are those just reprinted from older Mads? Or he's not doing those anymore,
yeah,
right?
I believe he's retired from Mad,
okay.
Apparently.
Yeah.
And some of these, because I went back and looked at like the originals, some of them they've kept the ones that appeared on those pages, and other ones they've replaced them.
Oh, okay. Kyle, do you have a giant Mad collection?
No, not really. Actually, my Mad collection, I mean, I have like my books right behind me. Like over here, this is all like, the Mad archives and stuff that's tangentially related. But other than that, I think I've got like one milk crate full of Mads. That's it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But I love Mad, and I've read a lot of it.
Mm-hmm. Do you have the Mad Artist Edition?
I don't. I saw that book and I really wanted it, but it's too big. It's too big. I have too many big books already.
It really is.
And it's not cheap.
You got room on that chair?
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's more bookshelves over here. There's too many books.
Yeah, I have a bunch of those artist editions, but they're kind of uncomfortable to read, and you don't know where to store them. And I feel I can't order them anymore because I'm terrified my wife's gonna be home when it arrives.
Yeah.
What'd you buy? How much was this?
No, what
I do that a lot.
Listen, what I do is
I check the mail and run out and get it.
I say, I got this on Kickstarter. I ordered it like a year ago. Yeah. I don't know. It's just showing up now.
Yeah,
Don't
I ordered this. I ordered this last year, and I pre-ordered it, or it's back in stock.
Yeah, it's coming from America. You know how it is. It takes forever to get stuff.
But yeah, I thought about it, and I was just like, I've got some of that in the reprinted in the Harvey Kurtzman book. There's a Harvey Kurtzman biography, and then I have the archive of like the original Mad run, and I could buy a whole lot of other comics for the price of that one.
Yeah, that's right.
This is what I'll say is I want to get that artist edition so bad. I kind of got distracted. Were we still talking about artist edition of Mad Magazine?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I almost pulled the trigger on it on like there was like in stock trades or something. And I was like, no, I can put my money towards food or something, for my baby.
If you find it cheap, you should pick it up because you can just write it off on your taxes. This is work. So you're really not the money. The government will pay you back.
Yeah. I'll bring it into school and be like, look, kids, history.
I do that all the time. All of my books are
of course.
Expenses.
You do.
Yeah.
I need this stuff.
I spend like a probably like an eighth of my income on books, and it all like offsets my taxes.
Sure. Yeah, it's good. It's a good thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Before we continue, I do want to say, if you haven't already, we have 12 viewers, which is pretty exciting.
Nice.
Please hit that like button. It helps out the channel. It makes a difference. I have 2 kids. I got to feed them, and I feed them with likes. I say, girls, we got 3 today.
Now we have 10 viewers.
Here, I do want to. There are a few. All right, so the Criterion does have 1,000 things. There are a few marginals. Wait, there are a few Aragonese marginals in this issue. Oh, new ones.
Oh, really? Uh-huh.
There are a few new ones.
Are they from like the Evergreen file, or was he like? That's what I would like to know.
Yeah,
I mean, they're still new.
And well, here's the other thing: is now I know that Doug Guilford is in communication with Susie Hutchison, which means I'm gonna bug him to ask her some questions for me. And then going back to Freaky, new Freaky, or I did the back cover for the upcoming Freaky, and the newest issue drops close to April 1st.
I was wondering about that.
Yeah.
I'm also in the newest issue.
I wanted to do something for Freaky. They don't want me in there.
What?
I was rejected from Freaky.
You were rejected from Freaky. Wow.
Yeah, me and
is your comic really offensive?
We've been talking about you. He was it's like I don't like his attitude.
Yeah, I understand.
He's probably got too much stuff. That's probably the problem.
Yeah, that's all right.
I like the colors on this third page.
On this one.
Yeah, the other one's the other one's a Proteus, but
yeah. Well, and so this is like you mentioned in his earlier stuff, he was doing the spray paint, and it was really wild. And then now he does stuff like this. I don't know.
I'm assuming it's digital now, but who knows?
I don't know. I wish I could actually zoom in well, because it almost looks like grease pen, some of it, or like a crayon or something. Like that type of line. I don't know. Do artists use crayons?
I do, actually.
Yeah.
All right. There we go.
Did you do One Dirty Tree? Was that did you do the colors in that digital or by hand?
It was like half and half.
Okay.
It's like watercolor and colored pencils, and then Photoshop underneath it on a different layer.
Okay. I was wondering about that.
Yeah.
When I read it, I was kind of like, It has a real natural look, but I wonder how he got the lines so crisp.
Yeah, it's pretty dirty. It's a pretty dirty one.
It's dirty, but it's also has a good flow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate that. It wasn't good enough for Freaky Magazine, but...
Did you submit that one to Freaky Magazine? Maybe
no, I'm just kidding.
Andrew Goldfarb, I don't know what his problem is.
Yeah, I don't know. It's all right, man.
if I remember in the epilogue of Please Don't Step on My Jinko Jeans, it said that these were all rejected comics from Freaky.
That's right.
Did they get into Mineshaft at least?
No, I think I was rejected from Mineshaft too.
Oh, I thought you were in Mineshaft.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'm in.
The fuck is Freaky?
Oh, Alex Neal should know about Freaky. You guys should plug that. That's a great magazine.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Look at here. This is what I'll do. We'll take a brief break. Let me remove this. Let me go back to this, and I will go to patreon.com/freaky.
Yeah. If you like Mad, you'll like Freaky. That's where.
Yeah. Well, actually, I can.
No,
this ain't it.
Cracked. I think it has a little bit more of a Cracked vibe.
Well, here, look at. I have this. I have the whole display stand.
Oh yeah, there you go. That's all you got to do.
Yeah. So here we go. We can do a little mini flip through for Alex Neal.
Yeah, Alex Neal would like this. That's like right up his alley.
Yeah. Wait, do we know Alex Neal?
I know him. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Big comics and cartooning fan.
Excellent. Well, welcome, Alex. I appreciate it. I enjoy your sense of humor. Oh, dang, don't say that in the chat. That's libelous.
Not even wondering.
Here we go. So this is Freaky, and it's sort of like it's rough, right? Like that's the when I was talking to him, he had the first version of it, which was he didn't know it was going to be an ongoing thing, and he in subsequent issues he switched over to newsprint. Yeah. And it just it's just kind of cool. There's almost like there are parts of it where it's like feels sort of like Weekly World News ish if it were a cartoon, like sort of like silly things.
That's Dalton Vaughn right there.
Yeah, this is Dalton Vaughn and Rebecca Riggs.
Yeah,
I think that's his main squeeze. I don't mean to be speaking out of turn, but
so cool.
Yeah, and he like all of these like little silly ads like recreated. And I misread that the first time as King Merkin. I kind of like it better as King Merkin. But there's like a little bit of that sort of like not outsider art, but like
it's like that. Do you guys know that magazine that used to be? I think it's back in print, but it was called Cartoons.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Like with like Rat Fink and Ed Roth style.
It's like a custom culture.
Yeah.
Sort of publication.
And he also like he'll just print stuff. Like I was talking to him, he was like, I don't know. Sometimes I don't even print stuff that's funny. Like I just print it because I like it, and I just love that. So like this is one that the Subterrestrial Society, which is if you read this, it's just like you're just like reading a poem. It's not funny, but I was just engrossed by it. I read it a couple times, and yeah, it's just a really fun thing.
Got some fumetti.
I think I'm about to get kicked off Twitch. But yeah, and then he does, like because everyone needs sort of like that recurring.
Look how much content! Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean it's a ton of stuff, which is the Freaky see-through, and so you hold it up to the light and it reveals a hint. So this is who died and why, and if you shine it a light, hold it up, then it reveals that I can't do it here. He was just a man drinking some Clorox bleach. It's just wonderfully fun and yeah. And I like this one too.
It's Gideon Kennedy.
Oh, Gideon. Have you had Gideon on the show?
No, but this is one of I love his style. He's great. It sort of reminds me, like his faces kind of remind me of how Jack Davis would draw faces.
Yeah.
I think it's just like the round eyes, especially. It reminds me, but yeah. I know there's so many people that I could have on and talk to, and I want to have on a ton of people. I'm limiting.
You got Sergio Aragonis, you should get him on here.
If I could, I would.
Gideon is like just a guy. He's like always on Facebook, so it'd be easy to reach out to him.
He's very accessible.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, who else is there? I mean, there's I don't know, man. I just got to get to it, basically.
You had Bill Morrison on, didn't you?
Yeah, I don't even know how. I just like sent him an email. It's kind of like how I had you on. I was just like, you want to be on my show? And he's like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, most people will respond that way, I think.
I know, but I cannot explain to you how utterly shocked I am every time somebody says, yes, I will. I'm just
everybody likes to talk about Mad.
Yeah.
It's such an institution.
Yeah, that's right.
But, yeah, I guess you're right. If I was like, let's talk about, fucking.
Like if you want Bill Morrison on to talk about like Bongo comics, maybe he wouldn't have come on,
Yeah.
Right.
He'd be like, I've had this conversation 20 times. More than 20. I don't know why I picked such a low number. But yeah, so looks cool AF. Yeah, they have a Patreon, and unfortunately I don't have the link, but I'll try to get that and put it in the description. Yeah, it's definitely worth checking out. I love it. But
this one was the one. We're moving on to the Spy vs. Spy in Funland here?
Yes, sir.
So this one I found very egregious, the coloring. Not because the coloring's so bad, but because I loved this one as a kid. I wanted those little toy spies so bad. And I must have seen it as super special because I think Proteus was retired by the time I was reading. But
Proteus.
We learned French up here, so the H is silent.
Wait, are you in the French? Are you?
No, he's not.
As long as there's no follow-up questions.
All right. This is poor hosting duties, but if you guys continue talking, I'm gonna pull up that freaky thing and put it into the chat just so people can check it out.
Sure.
Just say turn the page.
Well, if you want to do that, I could drop it in the chat, and we can keep talking.
No, I've already started with it.
You got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Kyle, how do you feel about the color purple? You like it?
The color purple, like that's
not the movie.
That's like okay. I think you're talking about the movie. Do I like the color purple? I mean, colors are tonal, right? So, yeah. I like all colors in the right context.
Do you think that the purple in this strip?
Oh, in this? No, this one just this one upset me. I felt. Just because but I can't tell if it's the colors themselves or the fact that I have a connection to this particular one, having read it as a kid and always remembered it.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's like a pastel purple. It's not like a Spy versus Spy color. Come on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like Easter purple.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, so I have a question. You were saying that you colored some black and white strips for a magazine recently, right?
Me?
Yeah.
I did.
So, like when you enter into that, like, what is that like? Do you have like how do you enter into a project like that where you are altering somebody's work?
I was just doing it for fun, honestly. Like somebody had sent me a stack of old comic strips, and I just scanned them in to clean them up on my computer.
Yeah.
And then just to play around with it, I just started coloring them, adding my own like color palette to these old comics, and I posted them on Facebook, and it was working. Like people really liked it. So then the Comics Journal just reprinted the ones that I had colored, and it was just a good way to like bring attention to like a really old cartoonist, Claire Briggs, who like at one time was like a really famous comic artist, and now he's just like totally forgotten, So I don't know. I felt it was like a good thing to do at the time.
Yeah.
I mean, here I feel like they didn't need to color it though. Like it's a spy issue, people are already in,
Yeah.
It's not like they need it in color, and they didn't color other ones, so I don't know.
Who is the audience for Mad Magazine? Are they still like? Who do they think that the audience is? Do they think that they're going for kids? Because they're going for adults. Like I mean, adults are the ones who are reading this, right? Like kids.
Yeah.
I find Mad readers are mostly old men and like prepubescent boys.
Yeah. Well, that's why, this Alex Neal asked in the chat, like, what do we think of Bill Morrison's run of Mad? And my feeling about it was that it was so successful because he just cut out all the bull crap of like, this is for kids. He was just like, no, this is for adults. Here's like a full page photo of Harvey Kurtzman. Like as soon as you open it, it was for the people who knew what they were getting. Like he didn't try and dumb it down. And that's why I really liked his run of Mad. And I was sorry to see it cut short.
Yeah, I agree. And having said earlier, I work with kids. I talked to kids who read Mad when it changed, and their attitude was like, it's basically the same. So like obviously they weren't like cut out. I did talk to a lot of older men who like quit around then because they made fun of Trump or whatever.
Oh yeah, I saw that too.
So there's a lot of that. There's a lot of people who, when it died, were like, "Oh, well, they died because they got woke and went broke."
Yeah, right. I saw a lot of that.
Although, from what I hear, they were actually like sales were up. So,
yeah,
that's the stunning. That might be overselling it, but that's the strange thing about like when I was talking to Bill is that, yeah, like they're on an upswing, and it's like. They're doing things new, but then also doing things that are old and like recognizing like all of those things in the past. Like you were saying, Kurtzman, like that logo change. I thought that was like just beautiful.
Yeah, me too. I liked it. It was, and he was doing like sequels to comics from like the 50s, like stuff that was in the original Mad comic. He would do like a sequel to it, like now on his run.
Yeah, great. Starchy was one of those where it was like just so cool.
Yeah,
and like playing off of the what was it? The Edward Gorey, with all the kids dying in the different ways.
I think they won an Eisner for that, didn't they? I think the artist won an Eisner for that. Mark Paul.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was not aware of that, but yeah, it was Sketch Therapy. Hey, good to see you, man. I appreciate you stopping by, dude. He's a man of few words. He'll like just drop in and be like, hello, toodaloo. But yeah, that's like what do I think about Bill Morrison's run? I would say that it's I thought it was brilliant, and I thought that he was it was just horrible that they cut it short and that they got rid of him because it was like such a cool shot in the arm. It like got me excited. It got me excited about the magazine.
Yeah, it was great, and he brought in a lot of like really cool alternative cartoonists. So yeah, corporations. That's what they do.
They didn't make enough money. They were like, it makes money, but not enough money, so it's gone. Whereas if someone cared about it, they would be, it's making any money. This is great.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think, who knows about the thought processes of like entities like AT&T. It's like, is anybody really steering the ship, or is it just people trying to like justify their own position and be like, hey, I fucking killed Mad. Hey, that was pretty good, right? Like, we saved some money, right?
Yeah, I couldn't imagine anyone who's ever read Mad wanting to like being willing to be someone who was involved in the death of it,
Yeah.
Right.
Like it's such a pure thing.
Here we go. I really liked Bill's run because it was focused a lot on the artwork and design of the magazine. And a lot of the old dudes that read new Mad got upset because he tried new things.
Well, that's the thing is everyone's favorite Mad is the Mad they grew up with, pretty much. I mean, mine's the Mad that I got paid to be in, but like other than that, it's like the Mad that I grew up with. And so when I was reading Mad when I was 12, older guys would be like, Mad, that hasn't been good since the 80s. And then even older guys would say that hasn't been good since the 70s,
Yeah.
And like,
fellas, it's never been good, but
the 50s. Which is the best. The 50s are the best, the original run.
Yeah, everybody agrees on that, I think.
Yeah, but after that, then for me, it's the late 80s and the 90s is what I like.
That like the design thing, I think Jim Woodring has the cover next time.
Oh yeah.
I bought a print of it. I emailed him and I was like, is there a way to get a print of this? And he printed one off, sold it to me. And it's like, it's so beautiful. I was just so happy to get that. It's just filled with just all these like little tiny references to Mad Magazine.
It's not funny. That's a problem.
Is that like in a month or something?
It's
or
awesome, but
2 months, I think. It'll be in what month is this? March? Are we in?
March, yeah.
February? Or this is April?
Oh.
It'll be June. Well, it'll say June on it. I don't know.
That's really cool.
Yeah. And it's not funny.
It's not. That's the problem. But it is cool. It's really nice. And like I love Jim Woodring, but
yeah,
you know, it I feel like it should have a gag. I don't know. Wishing for the impossible.
But how many it joins the ranks of many unfunny Mad covers.
But at least the other ones that are unfunny, they're trying to be funny, you know, and failing.
Yeah, good point. Good point. But here we have another movie one. Dick DiBartolo and Angelo Torres. I always forget that Dick DiBartolo is 100 years old.
Is he?
It seems like it.
He's been around forever. He was like, you know, in the publishing end of it too, right? Like,
yeah. Yeah, well, he's written for it forever, and he's, I don't know, he's looked the exact same. You know, he has that, like, big, kind of like biker mustache, you know, that goes down to his chin.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's just gotten a little gray.
Look how amazing that artwork is.
I feel like,
Fucking
I make comments like this all the time, but they could be just total bullshit, which is, like, I feel like Angelo Torres gets sometimes unfairly overshadowed by other caricaturists. But that's, I guess, from just like the reader perspective. And maybe that's like me just recognizing my own bias towards Mort Drucker. But like, I don't know. I feel like Angelo Torres doesn't enter conversations the same way that other Mad artists have.
He's like Don Rosa to like Carl Barks or something.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys.
There you go. Look at that. That's beautiful.
Yeah. This is like a stencil one, I think. This is probably I bet this is probably one of the first ones, if not the first one. From Cooper.
Yeah. I think the only reason I don't think this is the first one, but this is because the only reason I know is I recently went through all of the major Spy versus Spy artists. And so the first one is like, he's hiding in a television set or something.
Okay, but this is definitely an early one.
Yes, because you have that awesome splatter stuff, and like all these body parts and shit flying.
I just think it makes so much sense because like that's how like military signage would be made, you know, and so it really suits the like the motif of like spies and espionage.
Yeah,
it was so refreshing. It's such a good move for Spy versus Spy.
I found it like when it first showed up, I was like, I found it jarring. I was like, what the fuck is this? And like I did not like it at first, and it was like, but it would
change, you know.
Yeah, that is true. I was like a little baby, and yeah, I hated it at first, but it really grew on me, and now it's just like I love it. I think that he's, there's like that time between Prohias and Cooper that was like just sort of filled with some people like Duck Edwing and Bob Clark and even like a few other people, and it's like it's Cooper and Prohias, like those are the two that I see as the Spy versus Spy guys. Like I feel like he did such a good job and won me over that.
The others didn't distinguish themselves, like it just looked like they were trying to be ghost artists, or maybe like change it a little bit in the style, make it a little more cartoony, but it wasn't radically different like Cooper's is.
Yeah.
Do you remember Mad TV when it first started, they would have like a little Spy versus Spy animated short?
Those are good.
Episode? Yeah,
I love the tune. I love the theme song.
Oh yeah,
they nailed it.
Wait, is that what you're talking about? The theme song to the Mad TV show, or
No, to the Spy versus Spies. They would have a little like musical. It was like do 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 do.
Oh yeah.
It was a little bit like that, and I'm tone deaf, so I couldn't really portray it. But like it really suited the cartoon, and they were quite cute, and I liked their voices. They had a little bit of a That was a laugh, you know.
Yeah, there's this group of artists. I think they're like really young. I think they might even be like just like right out of high school, and it's called like the Spy versus Spy Reanimation Club or Reanimation Committee, and they're doing like little Spy versus Spy animations just like that. And I watched. They have like a trailer on YouTube. It's pretty cool, and so they have like all their different unique styles, but it's in the vein of that where they'll like giggle and it has music. It's not like trying to turn it into an actual show where it's like, hey, there's that black spy. Let's get him.
Yeah. I do think the Mountain Dew commercials did the best job of capturing the feel. Like, have you seen those?
No.
It's like live action, but they're wearing big masks, and it's all in black and white except for the Mountain Dew logo. But it really captures the feel. Like, it feels really good. Like, I would love to see some Spy vs. Spy done like that.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, I didn't know that they did that.
I'm pretty sure you even brought it up when you were live streaming the game. The Mountain Dew commercials.
Really?
Oh, check them out. They're really cool.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna pull the.
I normally wouldn't endorse Mountain Dew because I have a deal with Pepsi, but they're really good commercials.
Huh.
Here, I want to. There's been like a bunch of comments and stuff. Bill Gaines said that he and his staff would never do readership surveys to prevent from pandering to the readers. Without Bill, that is what the new Mad is doing. Oh,
I never got a survey.
Jameer thinks it's so. All right? He feels it's pandering. The new Mad was. Hey, maybe it's a little bit of fan service, but I can kind of see it. I don't think it's probably in the vein of what Bill was trying to avoid.
Hey, speaking of, I know this is a callback to the very beginning of the chat. We were talking about Sad Lincoln. Did you ever see this cover of Mad?
Oh, and here, let me. Oh yeah, yeah. What issue is that?
This is issue 85 from 1964.
Yeah. All right. Sad Lincoln. Is that? I don't know. I just love that.
Yeah, Norman Mingo did that cover.
Got the Hard Crumb handbook right behind you.
Oh yeah, of course. You have that book?
I sold mine for drugs.
You sold for drugs, nice.
But I have the complete Crumb now, so.
Yeah. I have all those. I have like so many different Crumb books. It's like the same comic repackaged over and over again.
I know he's a bastard to buy his works because you always have to overlap.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So.
Here we go. Just make it funny.
I thought the new Mad was very funny.
Yeah,
my portions of it I thought were very cutting edge.
Yeah,
I agree. That's why I'm here. I wanted to be on the same.
That's why they left my name off.
Did they really? What?
Yeah, in the last issue I was in, they screwed up the layers, and so my name was actually behind like the background color.
Oh my god!
So you kind of see it if you tilt it, and then you have to read the next issue to get the correction.
I always hated that the strip club section where they would put my comic. It would be like a yellow background, like bright yellow.
Yeah, I never really got that.
Why would they do that? So distracting.
I felt like the Mad leading up to the new Mad, like to Bill Morrison's Mad. I think it was a little stale. Like I felt like it was formulaic. Mm-hmm. And like the work was good, but it was always the same. The strip club was always the same background.
Yeah.
The Fundalini's page always looked the same, even though the stuff in it was different. Mix it up. Why not?
Yeah. I don't know. I love all those guys that are now gone, like all the editors and stuff at that time.
Yeah, cool. I'm not knocking any of them. I think what they were doing was great, but I felt like it had been great in the exact same way for a long time.
Yeah.
And they could have been a little bit more experimental in their layouts and stuff.
What's going on here? Dick Cheney right there in the corner?
Yeah, there's a lot going on here. Here's Dick Cheney. I think this guy is going to be Martian Manhunter in the Zack Snyder Justice League. I think that's who that is. I've never seen this show, so I have no...
Homeland. What's the show?
Homeland, I think it... So it has the guy from Band of Brothers, this girl from Taming of the Shrew, 10 Things I Hate About You.
Oh yeah.
Right? It wasn't she in that? And then
her?
I don't know. Here's this guy. Really, I have no idea, but I love the Tom Richmond splash pages.
Yeah. Looking forward to what's it called? What's his new book?
Oh,
I was gonna say Riff Raff, but it's not that. It's something
called,
better than that.
Claptrap.
Claptrap, that's it.
Claptrap, now available.
For pre-order, I think.
Now available for pre-order. It's in demand. I think it's Indiegogo. Yeah. All right.
They've got some opportunities that they didn't have at Mad in terms of like bleed and stuff like that.
Yeah, they can edit themselves, right? And art direct themselves. They don't have to they don't have to fit into anybody else's plan for a magazine. It's their own book, which has to be
Popeye there before you turn the page.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it's filled with all sorts of references. And we have Spy and Spy versus Spy. Oh, they're hidden all throughout it. Oh, maybe that's why they included it in the Spy versus Spy issue.
But again, they did that in the Tom Bunk Unused Spies, True Lies parody. They didn't use that.
Claire Danes.
There you go.
I don't know what else she's in though.
She's in Romeo and Juliet with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, I got the wrong.
The wrong white blonde lady.
No, I was going to say the wrong play.
Oh,
I said Taming of the Shrew, but also I got the wrong white blonde lady. Forget Smart. Now this is
Get Smart.
This is something I get. This is something I remember.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. It looks different when it's printed on the glossy, nice paper.
Yeah.
Like the newsprint. And that's part of the beauty of Freaky is that beautiful. It's a beautiful newsprint because it just reads different. A lot of art does. And I think a lot of their art reads differently.
I think on slick paper, the ink sort of sits on top of the page, and in a newsprint, it kind of sinks in. Mm-hmm. So there's a little bit more depth.
Yeah.
Do you guys watch Cartoonist Kayfabe?
I dip in and out of it. I'm not a regular viewer of it.
Yeah, they did a video real recently about the switch from one type of paper to another, and how colorists had to adapt to it. And they were looking at a few specific comics where the artist did a really good job of adapting to it. And I feel like that's these artists were writing or illustrating for the materials that they had and the print technology that they had. So maybe that's part of it too. Maybe it isn't just colors that will print so differently, but inks as well.
Well, that's really true. I've got this. It's a Marvel graphic novel, Conan the Barbarian, the Reaver, illustrated by John Severin and colored by Marie Severin. But that series has really glossy paper, and the colors look so different from on that glossy paper than they would if you think of some other Marie Severin coloring. It's really it looks like, I don't even know what you would say for colors. It looks like Smarties or something. It's so bright.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, all those
just isn't. It's too bright. It's not the texture dulls the colors a bit.
It's garish when it's on that stuff
helps bring out together an undertone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. When you read an old comic book, the yellow of the paper becomes a value of the coloring.
Yeah, that's your baseline. That's your white.
Mm-hmm. And people still try to rip that off. Speaking of cartoonist kayfabe, Ed Pisker, if you look at his comics, he scans in the old paper, and and we'll drop it in the background of his artwork just to have that kind of like vintage comic look.
Yeah. Well, that his new comic Red Room, which is fucking brutal. It's like I pre-ordered it and I was like, I don't know if I want this anymore. I don't think I can handle this fucking amount of horror.
Yeah.
But he was doing that with he got like Zipatone paper or like craft tint paper. And the stuff that you paint on and then it exposes the lines, and you just exposed a whole sheet of that, and he was explaining how he'll scan that in and then put over his inks that he had done by hand.
A smart way to go.
Well, and it adds something like, because I've seen people who do that on like filters or something where they can do like a Zipatone filter, and it looks strange like when you do it digitally. Or if like you try to recreate Ben Day dots, it you can tell like, well, this is a facsimile. This is something, I don't know.
Is it just a little bit too clean for you or what?
Yeah. Well, there was here, I'm going to make this go away just for a moment. Oh, hold on.
I'm also going to go away for a moment. I'll be right back.
All right. Here, I'm going to remove you just so that if something happens in the background, we don't reveal secrets of your home life. There was I think Donnie Cates did a comic book recently. It's going on. It's called Crossover. And in that he tried to, there was like a few, I don't even know what the concept is, but I remember reading it, and he tried to like recreate these old comic book characters because they've entered the real world, but they appear as they did in the comic. So he tried to recreate that 4-color printing process, digitally, and it didn't work like at all.
That's really difficult. I've tried to do that too. I don't know how to crack that. I know it's possible. I haven't figured it out.
Yeah. I mean, like if you want to like invest in, would it be possible to print like that anymore? Like, I
don't know well, I'm sure somebody has an old printing press and all that, but the materials and stuff, but it just takes so long. Even if you were going to try and reproduce that digitally, it would just take forever because you're reproducing each plate, right? Like, and then you have to put them all together. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, so when this is apropos of this conversation, you had that video where it was like, I have better things that I should be doing.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
And like, I just watched it like right before this. And like you were kind of talking about that, like emulating the plates and how you split that drawing apart.
Off register stuff. I love that in old printing, when the color is like outside of the drawing.
Yeah.
I don't know why I love that. It's so trashy,
Well, there's like, there are times when I've seen it where I might be misremembering this because like there are certain illustrations from my childhood that jump out, but Crockett Johnson was somebody who like, that was like the first illustrator where I was like, this is really, really cool. And I just loved looking at his, like those big ass heads that he draws on the kids. And like, it was just very fun to look at. But I feel like his stuff, like you see styles like that where it's off register, and it looks really great. It looks, I don't know, like it's an accident that's intentional, or I don't know, but it can be very pleasing aesthetically.
Well, I always love that. I'm like reading an old comic and they forgot to color the gun or something. It's like, it's like they left some detail. They just colored it blue on accident, or, like I always really like that.
Yeah.
This,
Hello, Kyle.
Hello. Am I out of register?
Yeah.
Might be a little lost.
Crockett did Crockett Johnson do anything else besides kids' books? Like he
Barnaby, the comic strip.
Barnaby?
Yeah. Have you read that?
No, I have no idea what that is.
Oh, it's great. Fantagraphics collected all of them in 4 volumes that were designed by Daniel Clowes. And it's basically Barnaby, but his name is, it's basically Harold in the Purple Crown, but his name is Barnaby in the comic strip. It's like the same character.
Okay, I'll check that out. Because I had like, I I was like, I want to get a Crockett Johnson original artwork. So I went on eBay and I was like, Crockett Johnson original art, and there was nothing. So I was like, oh, I guess he didn't do it because he's just a one-hit wonder.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it'd be so expensive, and all his like comic strip art, I'm sure, is like in a university collection.
Yeah. I feel like Jack Davis's work seems like it'd be hard to recolor because his work was definitely for black and white. Yeah. Yeah. Conti crayon. What is that?
Oh, it's like it's a bit like charcoal, but it's stickier and doesn't get on your hands as much.
Okay.
A lot of times students like it because people have a real aversion to handling charcoal.
Okay. Like how some people don't like the feel of cotton, right? They're like,
I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
I guess Dolomite didn't like cotton drawers, so.
I don't know. I think there's a private chat happening.
Oh, okay. I cannot believe it.
Yeah, that's for us.
Oh. All right. Very good. Wonderful. Anyway, here, let's, there is a beautiful, can I do this correctly? Apparently not. Oh, nope. There we go.
This is like a Tom Bunk Wimmel builder.
Listen, this is where I reveal my ignorance yet again. What's a Wimmel builder?
Oh, it's a German word for like a Where's Waldo. It means a busy picture.
Oh, they have Where's Waldo in Germany?
Well, they probably call it something else because like where Waldo.
Guten Waldo.
In Europe, he's he has a different name. Wally. He's Wally. And then he's Charlie in, I think, France. US Charlie. Or US Charlie.
Yeah.
But yeah, we don't have a word for it, but it means busy picture, basically.
All right.
Which is like my favorite thing to draw.
Yeah.
No one will pay you to do it, though. It takes too long.
Well, this is one of those.
I love this swordfish with the hat coming up, bouncing along the water.
This is like the kind of illustration that, like, when I go open up a Mad magazine, it makes for like a bad video because I'm thoroughly entertained by just like looking and like following the wires of this contraption and like sort of like thinking to myself, like, would that actually murder somebody? Well, but then I don't talk.
Do you think Tom Bunk could have taken over in like a different world, could have taken over Spy versus Spy? And Spy versus Spy would have looked like this?
I would have liked it. I would
have loved it as a kid. Tom Bunk was probably like, top 2 or 3 of my favorite cartoonists in Mad when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And even now, I'm sure he's in the top 10.
Well, I wonder if there would be, because I mean, like, it's got to take him a while to do all of this. And then we would, if he
does this every issue, though. So, like, he does at least 2 pages every issue, pretty much. So he could do Spy versus Spy.
Well, that's my point, is that then we would miss out on things like when he did Kathy Griffin's Sweatshop, and it was like a 2-page spread of a Chinese sweatshop where they were making Kathy Lee Griffin's clothing when she had that thing in the 90s when her Walmart clothes were being made in sweatshops, and back when that was still shocking for people to hear. Kathy
Griffin, the comedian?
Yeah. Wait, no, Kathy Lee Gifford.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And honestly,
Regis and Kathy Griffin.
Yeah.
No, I was looking at your reaction. I was like, did he like miss out on this huge news story from the 90s? That explains it. I fucked it up.
So I agree. I agree that we would have missed out on a lot of great Bunk, but we wouldn't have known that we were missing out.
Yeah.
Well, that just makes it more tragic, right?
How come?
That's a good question, man. I would love a Monroe strip book too. Like if they collected all the Monroes.
Yeah, I would like to see that too.
Bill Ray is one of the guys that's like when I think about people I would love to have on to talk to, he's right now probably at the top of the list.
He'd probably do it. He's on Facebook.
Is he?
Yeah. I'm friends
This
with
is
him.
why I've been telling you should be on Facebook. Like, you get to be like.
I am on
connected to all
Facebook. I got
these, like,
kicked
famous
out of a mad
cartoonists.
group.
You did?
Yeah, I posted one of my own videos, and they were like, "Get the fuck out of here!"
Oh, no.
They're like, "No self promotion."
Well,
like,
you got to be. It's got to be the right group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was. Yeah, I was a little heartbroken.
Tom didn't like. He thought it was too repetitive. I could see that. At the same time, I think if they had offered him like steady work, at that point in his career, he probably would have taken it.
Oh, here we go. Are you going to be mailing Al Jaffe a birthday card? Oh yeah, I want to do that. That's they're doing this whole. Sam Viviano is organizing. He set up a PO box, and he's just collecting birthday wishes for Al Jaffe for his 100th birthday. I don't know. He's posted a bunch of times on Instagram, and I think that would be kind of fun.
That's in April, isn't it?
His birthday?
Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
mean, it's not that I just know Al Jaffe's birthday, but I remember seeing a post about this birthday card.
Yeah. Well, I think he's cutting it off in March though.
Okay.
And then he'll like take the whatever stack there is. But I think that's at least like the first cutoff. And then if ones roll in after that, he said he'll continue delivering them if you don't make it to the thing. So
we needed a James Bond parody in this espionage issue, because that's like the spy model,
I have a question, and this is topical. Did you guys see that the Casino Royale with Woody Allen?
No.
Is it like a parody?
It kind of is, but it's the story of Casino Royale, right?
I've read that book, the Ian Fleming book.
And so he did.
It might be a short story, that one, actually.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't read.
Can you read?
I can read at a 5th grade level. That's all I need to read at.
That's what you teach at too, right? So
yeah,
that's perfect.
Every once in a while, one gets ahead of me, and I just try to knock him down a little bit.
Try skip him a grade. Get him out of here.
But it was this very bizarre psychedelic thing, and it was played comedically, yeah, but okay. It was the strangest thing, because it was like, it's a James Bond book, it's a James Bond movie, but it's not at all like any James Bond ever. Certainly not like the new Casino Royale that came out.
Who was the James Bond in it? What actor was it?
I think it was Woody Allen.
Oh, are you talking about What's New Pussycat? Is that what you're talking about?
No. That's What's Up Tiger Lily.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's it was Casino Royale, and if you guys haven't seen it, it's very strange, but it is somewhat entertaining, I will say. Wow. But
yeah, I never heard of that.
Yeah. I don't know. I've never been super big on James Bond personally. I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't really watched a lot of James Bond either. I've seen a couple of the Daniel Craig ones. That's it. I know everybody gets pissed off at me when I say that.
Yeah. Well, that's like people, want others to like what they like.
Yeah.
You should see how I react when people are like, I don't read Mad Magazine. Just berating them.
Yeah.
The best James Bond is Matt Damon. Yeah, I mean, that's like the Jason Bourne, right? That was like, those were fun movies. I really enjoyed those, and they did sort of have the James Bondy feel. The first Casino Royale is an anthology spoof film. Well, I may have been. I think I was. I might not remember it totally accurately. I don't know why this really.
What Austin Powers spoof.
All right, so now it's being revealed that oh wait, no, not that one. Here, this is what He was spawned in only one scene. So apparently I'm totally misremembering this.
Come on, man.
An entire film. But listen, I saw it like 15 years ago. And I may have been under the influence when I saw it. But it's certain scenes of it are burned into my mind. Either way, check it out, guys.
So is this a parody of Austin Powers that has just the title of the movie as the Mad Magazine? Because that's the actual title of Austin Powers, isn't it? The Spy Who Shagged Me.
Yeah. Oh, it's a peek behind the scenes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah, this is like, all right, this is kind of a lame version of what they had done so well in the past, which is like they would do a peek behind the scenes at the post office. And it would be like Paul Coker Jr. And he would have like just all of these awesome little people doing these like silly little things, or it would be some other artist that I can't think of. So this is like kind of an old gag that they did, that they brought back for promotional use.
Yeah, was Austin Powers like a Warner Brothers film? I'm trying to figure out why they would do this.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I think it was just huge. I think that is like a big part of it, is like Austin Powers was, I mean, everybody had, it was like when Borat first came out, right? And everybody was all about their wife.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but Austin Powers was like 10 times that, right? Like everybody was like Mr. Bigglesworth.
Yeah.
Like, all those dumb lines that people quoted incessantly. So maybe it was that. I was always curious, like at what, if there were like promo things where like people, like companies paid for spoofs, you know, like did that ever happen?
I would imagine not. I think I just realized my mic had been off, but
is
that Dick D. Bartello?
That's why we could hear you.
Yeah. Is that a Dick D. Bartello?
Yes.
There's like a caricature.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then I guess Sam Viviano.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
It's weird. And I mean, parodying doing a satire of a comedy is already a problem, you know, because it's already a satire.
Yeah.
Well, and this got brought up before, like Mad never really did cartoons either, right? Like
not very often.
Because cartoons are just silly, and it's hard to make a silly thing silly in another way.
I think Cracked pulled it off a lot in terms of doing that, because they would parody like popular comics and stuff at the time.
Yeah. Noah, were you a Cracked guy?
No, not really. I have a couple of. I wasn't really that. I didn't follow Cracked.
I read both, but Cracked is reviled. You know.
Yeah. No, you ever hear that story about, you know how like Dan Clowes did like all these comics for Cracked magazine early on in his career, and apparently the warehouse that kept all the artwork, like, you know, he was going to do like a reprint book of all his stuff he did for Cracked, and the warehouse that had all of his artwork in it, after 9/11 there was like some mail, you know, back then there was like what was it called, they'd mail you like
anthrax.
Yeah, anthrax. There was like an anthrax scare in the warehouse that kept all his artwork, and they threw everything out. They burned it or something.
Ooh.
So then, like all of his originals and stuff from that, you can't reprint any of that material because it's all gone now.
Unless you reprinted it from the books or something.
Yeah, but it's like, you know, that would look like shit too. It'd be like all like a moire pattern on everything and stuff because of the
yeah. There's actually a company reprinting a lot of Cracks, and it's like a I don't know what you would call it. It's like just someone's like vanity project or something. They look like they're print on demand or something.
It's not Mort Todd, right? Because Mort Todd was the editor.
Mort Todd writes the forward in a couple of them, but
yeah, I know he's reprinting some of John Severin's stuff from Cracked. He did
he does the forward, but I don't think he's listed as the printer. Maybe it is Mort Todd.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, the quality is low. I have the John Severin, and there's a Jack Davis book.
Are they good? The quality's low on those.
I would say it's not great.
Oh, that's a shame.
Like, they look cheap, they feel cheap. It's the only game in town, so if you want that stuff, that's how you have to get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, they look cheap. They feel like they're print on demand, and also I feel like the work that they selected almost isn't the best work. You know.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's probably 25 people in the world who would want those. You know.
There's a hardcore Cracked following though. Like, I think probably one of Patrick's highest like trafficked live shows was a Cracked review. As I recall.
Yeah, I had a stack of Cracked, and I was like, let's just go through these. And I just like went through them, and I was like, this sucks. And then people would be like, fuck you. But then Mort Todd showed up and kept making fun of my hat.
He did?
Hat. Yeah, this hat.
Wow.
He was like, what the fuck are you wearing?
Yeah, I shouldn't be knocking those books actually right now, because, you know, Mort Todd might show up and knock my shirt or something.
I got it.
Damn.
I was in that I reviled Cracked magazine, and the Cracked magazines I have, my uncle and I would give them back and forth as gag gifts. Like, we would just have this box, and it would be like Christmas 2 years later, and I'd be like, here you go, Uncle Mo. And he would open it up and be like, go, goddamn.
Yeah, God forbid you read Dan Close doing like The Ugly Family.
Yeah, The Ugly Family. That's what it was called.
Those are really good. Those were really ugly.
I don't think there are any gems in the issues that I have.
You gotta have the right years.
Yeah. But I don't know. That was a fun one. I might have to do that and just like pick through and see which ones I haven't done. And because that would be I think that'd be fun.
Yeah.
All right. Let's look. People got very upset, and I don't know what they were upset about. But I think it was you guys.
It's probably the anthrax story. That's pretty upsetting.
That's it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here, and I did find, if you guys would indulge me, I don't know, does sound come through if I share my screen?
I don't hear it.
You can set that option.
Well, let me know if this plays.
Oh, this is a Mountain Dew commercial.
Oh, yeah.
Can you guys hear that?
Sound. I love this look. This is perfect for Spy versus Spy.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. I never saw that before.
I think the sound is good on it. I didn't hear it, but I still recall the sound is good. There's a bunch of them.
It is. I'm going to investigate this a little bit. That might be fun to do as little asides. I'm also doing. All right. Oh, I forgot. If you guys haven't hit.
Oh my God, that game is awful.
Listen, all right. I'm about to be homeless. My mortgage company said if I can get 10 more likes on this video, but no, hit thumbs up. All right, leave a comment later. I'm doing a playthrough of this game, which is Noah. I don't know if you have any memories of this game.
No, I never saw it.
Either did I, and it's terrible. If you see me doing a live stream of this, just don't watch it. It's a little bit of a punishment.
I mean, I watch it, but I can't believe you're still going. It's so bad. We got to do the board game. That's what I want to do.
That would be fun. It would be fun to do this. I have the Spy versus Spy board game. I wonder if it'll fit.
I don't think you could do that one because that's a tile flipping game.
Oh yeah, good point. But the Mad.
You could do the Mad regular board game.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that, Noah?
I might have, but I don't have an image of it in my mind.
It's like a Monopoly spoof, basically, and you're trying to get rid of your money.
Oh, okay.
And I think it came out in the 60s.
And there's all sorts of like kind of silly rules, like you can't have if you roll with your right hand, then you're punished by you have to collect $500 or something. just very annoying roles, but filled with really awesome artwork from all the mad heavy hitters.
I don't think it's a good game, but I think it would be fun to play on a stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should do that. I watch some of those like vintage board game YouTube channels where they just like play the board games on a camera. It's pretty interesting.
That's a thing?
Yeah. And there's tons of like old. Because I was looking up one. There was a board game that I had to find on eBay because they don't make it anymore, but it was called Splat. It's from the 90s.
It's like a Play-Doh game.
Yeah. And you were flies.
Yeah.
I was like looking up, like I got a copy of it on eBay, and I watched like as it was coming, I watched a video of some people playing it on YouTube, just to try and remind myself what it was like. Because my wife and I play like a lot of board games here, so
okay.
Yeah. So
would you ever want to design it, like illustrate a board game?
I'd love to. Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, and the artwork on that was great. That really captured my imagination when I was like a little kid. The flies on the box and stuff is just like
that is a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's another one about grapes. It was like a similar.
Oh,
thing.
I remember that.
Grape Escape or something.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Grape Escape.
Yeah.
Welcome to Flipping Through, the #1 board game channel.
Close.
But yeah, this is the first appearance of Bob Clark as the artist of Spy vs. Spy.
They didn't color it. It's black and white. Bob Clark gets to stay black and white, but Proeus has to. I keep trying to pronounce that H. Proeus has to be colorized. I don't get it.
It's very strange, but it's kind of cool to see their work side by side. Can I do this in such a way that I don't know? Because like you get the mimicry or whatever you would call it, right? Like you get with Cooper, it was like, well, I'm going to do my own thing entirely, and with Bob Clark, it's like let's keep the good thing going.
Yeah, he's like a ghost artist. Can you pull up the black and white version next to the Bob Clark version?
Yes.
And let's see how.
Sir.
It's on the wrong side though, because I made it for the spy.
No, it's the right side.
I want to see the Bob Clarks next to it though.
Like this?
Yeah.
Oh, I understand now.
Because when I was a kid, I didn't realize that it wasn't. There was different people doing Spy versus Spy.
Yeah, because their signature was really. I don't even know if they have it on this page, but it was like a Clark's little C, and then there was a slash, and then just a little E. That was the extent of their claiming of the artwork, but
yeah, like that's really aping the style.
Is there? I don't know if this is a good question or not. But is there like an artist that you guys like to imitate?
Like if you're just imitate.
Yeah, like if you're just doodling, it's like, is there ever an art style or an artist in particular that you like to draw in the style of?
Not consciously, but yeah.
I mean, I like to draw other characters, but usually in my style.
Oh, cool. You do like Marvel and DC characters or anything? What kind of stuff do you do?
Yeah, more like Popeye and
a
lot of Garfield like shows up a lot just because I used to draw it a lot as a kid, so like the eyes and the nose are sort of like it's sort of like I have muscle memory for that almost when I'm doodling, so sometimes that just comes out and then I end up with weird Garfields. I also like to draw like when I'm doodling, especially like Simpsons characters, draw them wrong, you know. I like doing that a lot. But I don't think I really ever try to ape anybody else's style. I'm not good enough to do that. So it's like some people are style chameleons. They can do that. But
I know. Yeah, I'm always jealous of that. But we're
all
like
some of those old mads, like you see, like Wally Wood, he'll do those issues where it'll be, like spoofing a comics page on the newspaper. And it's like every single one is in a different style. And it's so cool to see that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, it has to take, I imagine, an immense amount of talent.
Well, it's Wally Wood. Like, it's it's like peak talent, He's so good. Well, he's not great at writing, I think. It's like I've got a bunch of his stuff that like he wrote or whatever, and I think it's not like it's great to look at, but
Yeah.
Here's a Wallywood page right here.
Oh, here, let me. The bathtub ad.
he's
Yeah,
got such a range. It's crazy.
yeah, he's pretty awesome. That's what I love about these old Mads. This one here, like some kid like drew on it.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite type of issue to get.
Yeah, I think this is Will. Is this Will Elder or is this Will Elder doing Norman Rockwell?
Oh,
I have
maybe.
no idea.
That's really famous. That's in the Big Mad Coffee Table book.
Oh, okay.
It's reprinted in there.
What
It
issue
came
is
out in
that?
the 90s.
Oh, this is Kelly Freeze.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, this is number 43 from 1958.
All right. Yeah, I was going to pull it up on madcoversite.com.
And then here's another cover I think is awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to.
I like the tagline too. Build up your ego.
Yeah. And I have another copy of this that has like actually like a bullet hole.
Oh, nice. That's what I was thinking of doing for a video this summer is my father-in-law has a farm.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was going to just like maybe take a copy of that or maybe like do a high quality copy of it, like a little larger, and just set it up and go shoot it a couple times.
Yeah, don't shoot the original. It's from 19.
It might be fun though. It might be a little fun to shoot the original.
From when's it from? 1970?
1962.
1960. Yeah, that's a little old.
Yeah.
I used to bring like stacks of them that were like Madden cracks to art classes for kids to cut up and make collages with and stuff. But
wow,
it's just raising the value of everybody else's.
Yeah,
I'm doing you a favor.
That's true. That is true. I did skip ahead. I hope you guys aren't offended.
No.
There was a 24 spoof, which was, who cares about Kiefer
That's like
Sutherland?
torture porn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I've never watched that show.
I can't remember. It was a weird time.
Yeah. There was really, you know what? We were all really into the Iraq War at the time.
And heroic torture was like,
yeah, and terrorists were they were so hot back then. So a lot of television programs were all about that. Like,
is it always a black and white page next to a color Spy versus Spy in this issue?
Because the Peter Cooper one was right next to a colored Proteus.
Oh.
So this is Dave Manic. I called him like Doug Mankey. But he's really interesting because he did start doing his own thing. Like it's not, when I was growing up, I couldn't tell the difference, but now looking back on it, it's a lot easier to tell.
He's more cartoony, but he's not doing his own thing enough, I feel.
Yes, exactly.
He's not going too far enough. That's a problem.
Yeah, and then if you look at it, it's like somewhat obscene with he's like Don Martin, like snap, plit, flip, bazoop, roar. Like he goes ape shit with the sound effects. He just fills it up. It's pretty crazy. And now I like kind of distracting, but
yeah, I was reading something recently where people were complaining actually about how many sound effects he would have. It might have been Duck Edwing writing though. Maybe that was you. I can't remember.
I think it was me.
Yeah.
It was me. That sounds like something I'd complain about in such petty fashion. But yeah,
I think the coloring, the color one and the next one, I think that kind of gives away the joke too much. Because he's making this sculpture. Also, they've done some forced diversity on the kids. I don't know. That probably some people are upset about that. But
listen, I've said it before, and I'll say it again.
I think
it's good. It's PC gone amok. All right.
Oh, look at that! That's cool.
So yeah, here's the original next to this. Man, these scans you got, they really betray how bad my camera is.
Oh my god, the black and white one is so much better.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right, because it is that like stark white. It lets you know that.
I knew it was a toilet right away when I was by like the third panel. I was like, oh, he's making a spy toilet. Why is this white spy surprised? But then when you look at the original one, I don't think you pick up on that until the end. So it definitely betrays the gag, you know?
Yeah. I do have a question about his teeth popping out. Like, why is that happening?
There's just not enough gore in this one. He had to do something.
Yeah. You know,
there's a bunch of little spy kids that want to use the toilet.
No, they're all like, these are all Black Spy fans, right? So they're kind of making fun of the White Spy.
Oh.
And then, you know, they're all excited. And the White Spy thinks that the Black Spy has made like a statue in the White Spy's honor, but it's actually a toilet that he's going to shit in.
That's really good, man.
It's a surprisingly non-violent Spy versus Spy.
Love it.
Yeah, now this is like a spoiler. Did they include the one where that I think Edwin wrote, where one of the spies gets chopped up by an airplane propeller?
I don't think so.
There was one of the issues.
They didn't have any Spy versus Spy.
Is that Drew Friedman?
Yes.
Hell yes.
Yeah.
He was in Mad a lot in the like mid '90s.
Oh yeah, look at that. Was he still doing his little? I can't tell from here. Is he like the little pointillism style, or is that
it doesn't come across really. There is like some stippling or like, you know, a little.
He was doing more like watercolor and graphite and stuff like that. He did some stippling in like pointillism or whatever you want to call it in some Mads, but it was a little bit more organic than his later sort of celebrity work.
Damn, awesome.
He did at least one cover too. I think he did an O.J. Simpson cover.
Yes, and it was really great. Now I remember that one. I think he has the glove on too.
It's been a while, but I had it on the back of my toilet for a while. That's why I know.
Like, here's the thing about like OJ is that I remember the whole OJ thing happening. I was a child, right? Like I was like, I think in middle school, and there's all these like, it just seems like so inappropriate, the amount of humor that came out of the murder of this woman and this guy. Like that as a kid, it's like I knew nothing about the extent of it, right?
Well, it was a different time, right? We didn't know murdering women was bad back then because toxic masculinity was so prevalent. You know, now we have a better understanding of that. We wouldn't make fun of it.
No, we wouldn't.
Watching the car chase, like the Bronco chase as a kid, it was just like on TV and not really understanding what was going on. But yeah, I kind of missed out on a lot of that OJ stuff.
How old do you think you were when the O.J. Simpson stuff was going on? I think I was probably in like grade 8 or 9, maybe.
Yeah. Really? Were you that? Yeah. How old are you?
I was born in '83.
Okay. Yeah. So we're on the same age. Yeah. I'm 84. So yeah, we were the same age watching that.
Oh, I'm 85. Okay.
Oh, look at
this. So we're in reverse order by we're in descending order by age.
Yeah.
So I didn't really mention any of that shit.
Well, and that's what I'm saying is like, as a kid, it was just like, I knew about it, but then now looking back, it's like some of the stuff, it's like, holy shit, like that was horrific. Like, and like now, like, you know, it's on Mad and he's like wearing the glove and it's like, there's so much like George Ito and Judge Ito and
George Ito. Judge George Ito, thank you very much.
Remember this? I can't remember actually now if there was a Cracked cover or a Mad cover that was like Barney, but it was like Jurassic Park.
I think that was probably, I'm going to guess that's Cracked because Mad did the one where it's like the Jurassic Park logo with Alfred E. Newman's head in silhouette.
Oh, okay.
And I really remember that one.
I remember that. That's a Cracked memory that I have.
Sounds more Cracked, but I mean, they might have done a couple.
Yeah, it was such a big deal back then, you know. The Jurassic Park was like the biggest thing in my life at that age.
Yeah. Hold on. No gray spy, no baby spy, no other spies in this issue.
I'm upset by the lack of Gray Spy. I really like her a lot. I just found today there was like a huge break from her. Like, it was something like this in the 60s when...
This is one of the side conversations.
Okay. Oh, God.
Sketch therapy. I have no idea what's going on, but I love this comment.
What is it?
Old girl is living in your house with dude. Not saying it's wrong. I'm saying I understand.
He's talking about O.J. Simpson.
Oh, shit.
I see you haven't gone woke. Guess you'll be going broke. Or won't be going broke. That's how that works.
Oh, my gosh. All right. Sorry about that. Sorry for that distraction. No Gray Spy, no Baby Spy. The Baby
There
Spy.
could have been at least one Gray Spy comic.
I don't believe that.
There's not.
The end.
That's the only appearance of her is on the fold-in.
Wait, there actually was a Gray Spy?
Yeah, there's a lady spy. She's the third spy. She's
Didn't
not
you see
there
the
often.
thumbnail for this video?
No, I didn't.
He's got better things to do, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, you don't have to say it.
I was actually watching this documentary called Heavy Metal Parking Lot this evening. Have you guys ever seen that before?
No.
All it is like 1986. Somebody took a camera to a Judas Priest concert and just interviewed the people that were waiting in the parking lot to go into the show. It's classic. Just like the most white trash people ever. It's so fun. So I was watching that and I looked at my phone and was checking my email and I saw the link to this chat. Like, holy shit. So I almost forgot about it. I'm sorry about it.
So wait.
You don't need to apologize for almost forgetting.
Yeah.
So the whole movie is just him interviewing people, like at one concert.
Yeah, it's only 17 minutes long. It's like a really short video, but it's just like talking to like hair metal kids in the 80s and just it's just so classic, the stuff they say. It's great.
I'm like that with old wrestling documentaries from like the 80s and 90s. I like the trashy audience. I'm just fascinated with them.
Yeah.
And how sincere they are, you know, like, you know.
I love that stuff. And there's another documentary called Jasper, like the Jasper Mall, I think is what it's called. It's just a documentary that came out last year about this shopping mall in Jasper, Alabama. And like they just followed around the guy whose like job it is to like run the mall basically. And there's like no stores left in it. It's so sad. There's just like old people hanging out in there because they get their steps in the mall every day.
Weird.
Yeah.
There was another like I really enjoy documentaries like that as well. And there's one that was about this parking lot on like a college campus. And it's like it just follows these three guys who are the parking lot attendant who have to just sit in the box. And there's like a 20-minute section about the arm that like goes up and down and how they have to replace it because kids walk by and then they try to jump over it and inevitably don't fucking make it and break it off. And it's like, I mean, it sounds like describing it now, it sounds excruciatingly boring. But
I tried to get a parking lot security job because I thought that'd be a great job. I could draw cartoons all day. You just sit in the box.
Yeah, I thought about that too.
Because I had worked in an adult video store for a number of years, and I used to set up an easel and paint, you know, and like draw comics and all sorts of stuff and get paid.
Sure, you can't do that in here.
Yeah, you can't do it anymore.
Yeah, I worked at a bookstore, and that's all I did was just sit and draw.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. So I like you said that I tried to get a job. Did you not have the qualifications to be?
I didn't have a driver's license.
Oh,
I got a driver's license last year.
All right.
That's a cartoonist
I'm
thing.
almost 40.
Yeah, that's a cartoonist thing. Not getting a driver's license for some reason.
Crumb doesn't have one, but
yeah, exactly.
If you're Crumb, you don't need one.
That's where people just
if
drive.
You're Kyle Bridgett, you need one. You know, I didn't get to go to the big party, like the big going out of New York mad party. I could have gone if I'd had a driver's license because I could have taken a car.
Yeah, I didn't get to go to that either.
But I didn't go because I didn't have a way to get down there.
Yeah.
So then I went and got a license after that.
Is that why you got a license and then you got?
No, I got a license because I was having a kid.
Oh, okay.
And I was gonna have to drive my wife to the hospital, but but that was something I regretted. I wish I'd gotten it a couple years earlier because I would have gone.
Mm-hmm.
This Spy versus Spy here, they cut out a huge portion of that.
They did?
Put in all the administration info. Like if you load it up.
Oh, you did the scan of that one?
Yeah, it's the last one.
Brand. Da da da.
See, they cut that whole bit at the top.
Oh yeah. Oh, there we go. These are the sort of the title, obviously. So they like replace the title, but that's technically not the strip though, right?
Well, it's a throwaway panel, but it's part of the page.
Yeah. That is bizarre.
Well, they did it to fit in the administration. I wonder if they picked that one specifically for that.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? So can I say this? And you guys know this better than I do, obviously. And I want your thoughts on it because I notice with a lot of the black and white art on Mad Magazine, they do. Sorry, I'm going to try to. Anyway, with a lot of the black and white art, they'll have everything like this panel in particular, that original one. They have it all washed out, right? Everything is gray except certain elements, right? Like the cannon, the canvas, those are left white of the paper. And like to me as a reader, that I read that as like that's my focal point, right? I want to pay attention to these things. Everything else is grayed out, so I sort of ignore it. And my eye is drawn to certain areas. And I think this is why the coloring, I'm finally putting together my thoughts at the beginning of the video as to why I don't like the coloring on this is because it's not like I don't get that same visual communication. Like because all of the things are colored, it doesn't draw me into specific parts. So like the background not being monochromatic is a distraction from what's actually happening in the story.
Yeah, your eyes are lazy and they're drawn to the white, right? Like your eyes are like, it's not even that it's telling you what to look at. Your eyes naturally look there. So there is that effect. I think the big thing with this is that the colors are not spectacular enough to suit the theme of the comic. To me, that's a big problem with a lot of digital coloring. It feels like everything digital, like digital comics that are recolored, they're all colored the same, you know, with like natural tones or something. This one's a little bit more colorful, but not enough.
Yeah. How do we like this beautiful? Well, I just said how I feel about it. This Johnny Sampson fold-in.
I support everything Johnny Sampson does.
Yeah, me too. What is it? Have you folded it in yet?
I haven't.
Are you gonna do it?
I don't fold them in.
You don't?
Do you want me to tell you? I've seen it.
All right. Well, okay. Should I? Okay.
What are you trying to? Think it's gonna be worth money someday?
Well, no. But, okay. How do I even do this? All right. Let's see. See, this is why I started smoking cigarettes, Noah. Okay. Geez, this feels so horrible. That's why I buy the used ones because other people have already ruined it, and then
buy the digital copy, and then they do a automatic folding for you.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. All right.
Like I was saying, though, this is the only appearance of the gray spy in this whole issue, really. I mean, she might have been on the bunk page, but she always used to win. Like she would beat them both. She would play them off against each other because they were both attracted to her, and then she would kill them both.
Yeah, I know this doesn't like. I know that the simp meme is dead, but I mean, that's what they were, right? Like every time that she shows up, they're just like, "Oh, okay, no, let me pick up your glove. Let me do this," you know. So,
this is my one complaint though about this one, is that the spies are supposed to look old and retired, but the only thing that indicates that they're old and retired is that one has a walker and one has a cane.
So you're saying it's ableist?
I'm not saying it's ableist. I'm saying that you could have aged him up a bit more. I think could have made him a little more crooked.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the same time, I don't like to knock Johnny Sampson's work because it's so good and so nice to look at.
The gray one, that's like she is wearing mostly white, but usually it's a gray like with
it's crosshatched.
Yeah. Yes. It's usually like heavily crosshatched and it looks fantastic.
That's how they're usually done. It's white spy, black spy, and then she wears like crosshatched.
Yeah. So the thumbnail of this video, I put my face on the black spy in the background.
The gray spy.
What did I say?
Black spy.
Yeah. The gray spy. Sorry.
Yeah.
So anyway, eventually, even the most die-hard secret agents have to consider how they will spend their golden years. But it begs the question, can a spy really stop being a spy? To see the answer to this paradox, fold in the pages shown.
Oh, I already know what it is.
Yeah, we didn't even need to fold this.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Christ. I already...
Look at it. It's all crumpled.
That's not worth anything anymore.
Here we go.
What a hunk of junk.
When you agree to their terms of use.
Great.
I like that. Like, I don't know. He captured the that spirit of the fold-in so well.
Yeah.
And it's just wonderful.
Is that digitally painted, or do you think he actually does it old school?
I think he actually paints them.
Wow, no kidding.
As I understand, he's got a whole thing on his website about fold-ins. Because he was like anointed by Al Jaffe. Like Al Jaffe tapped him to be the next fold-in guy.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah,
and then it almost didn't happen, because Al Jaffe wasn't going to retire. He's right. Or whatever.
He's going to outlive the magazine.
He shared. We exchanged emails a while ago, and I asked him about like getting the job, and he was like, "Well, I'm not going to explain it to you. Read this comic that I made," and it's like now it's like kind of hidden on his website. So he shared the link, and it's like this really, really awesome the comic story of how it all happened, and like he had drawn one for another publication or something, or maybe for his personal site, just to kind of show off. And Al Jaffe caught wind of it somehow and like reached out to him. Wow. And he went and like met with him and talked with him, and he's like, "Hey, if I ever retire, I want you to take over." Which is just, I don't know. I mean, that's nuts.
And now he'll be retiring after this issue, probably.
Next issue, the Johnny Sampson retirement issue.
Next issue will be the folded issue.
I can't read this. It's all bent.
Yeah, it's hard with the light there. This is gross.
Listen, I'm not going to stand for this bullying.
You have an iron? Can you iron this out?
We're online, so this is actually cyberbullying, which is actually more
We're
serious.
gaslighting you now.
What author was that? What comic was that? Was that another...
What was it? This was Mission Impossible, right? Or what was that?
I can't tell. I can't see it.
A TV scene we'd like to see. I think it's right, because wasn't... Oh, yeah, IMF. Here we go. The Impossible Mission Force. And he's getting his walking papers. He says you're fired. Good luck in your next TV series, Jim. The sync will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
It's nice art.
It is. Art by John Cullen Murphy.
Oh.
Yeah. No, listen, what I really enjoy about going through these with artists, with you guys, is like you bring a lot to the table as far as additional information and expertise. Like I kind of want to go back to that. What was it? The Drew Friedman one?
Hey, that last one was written by Chevy Chase.
What?
Are you calling me a liar? What are you talking about?
The back cover was
written by Chevy Chase.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
I didn't know he wrote for Mad.
I guess I got to get him on my show.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah. Why haven't you had Chevy Chase on your show yet?
He's on Facebook. Come on.
You know he's on Facebook.
Maybe you get him and Bill Murray,
Yeah. Bill, you have to send him a telegraph to get Bill Murray. But like Drew Friedman, I'm kind of going back to this because And listen, we're at 2 hours. This is holy smokes. If you have to go, like, I want to be respectful of your time, but Drew Friedman, what has he done outside of Mad Magazine?
A lot of stuff.
It's serious. Drew Friedman's like a really popular cartoonist.
He's probably more known not for being in Mad.
Yeah, right. I was surprised to see him in Mad.
I know, guys, but listen, you forget. I'm ignorant.
He was even in the Howard Stern book.
Yeah.
Howard Stern wrote a book?
Private Parts, yeah.
He
just reviewed the Rush Limbaugh parody.
That's right. I just did this issue.
In that book, there's Drew Friedman art.
Drew Friedman does a lot of books for Fantagraphics. A lot of like portraits of famous people. He did this series called Old Jewish Comedians. It's really popular.
I think I've heard of that.
Yeah.
See, but that's my problem, is that like my cultural knowledge is so limited to Mad Magazine and comic books. That's the extent of my exposure to culture as a child. So,
yeah.
All right. So this is like the low point in his career, was when he was in Mad.
I don't think it was a low point. I think it was like a developing point.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just a job.
It's like a launching pad.
Yeah. No, he's a legend. He's really great.
Yeah.
This is going back to the Chevy Chase. This is his one and only contribution.
There you go. Noah and I both have more contributions to Mad than Chevy Chase.
Take that.
Although I have like one fewer than Basil Wolverton.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
he only has like 10 or something.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember. If you go on Doug Guilford's site, you can see how many contributions each person has had.
But who has burned more bridges, Kyle? You or
I've
Chevy
burned so
Chase?
many bridges. There's like, I've taken to blowing up tunnels at this point. Hal Foster, I think he might be from Halifax, actually.
Oh.
People love Prince Valiant out here because of that.
Yeah.
That's what I love about Canadians, is that they always know who is a Canadian.
Exactly, yeah.
They always tell you.
Yeah, it's Hal Foster, Ted Cruz, Jim Carrey. They're all national heroes here. Except for Jim Carrey.
I was about to say, that was a fun fact if you're Canadian.
Yeah.
Well, even specifically, that's to Halifax. So, like, Canadians, we know every Canadian that has ever gotten a credit anywhere. But then you can break that down even further. So here in Halifax, Hal Foster is connected to here.
Sketch, this is for you, because I know you were in the Army though, but how do you know a Marine when you see one? Don't worry, they'll tell you. That's the similar joke. They can't stop talking about how they were Marines.
I heard that same joke, but it was for vegans.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Well, I think we run in different circles then. Right. So, I don't know, man. Fellas, thank you so. Oh, that's my address. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. This is a lot of fun. And the next time I do a live Flippin' Through episode, you guys got an open invitation.
I'm really game to do this board game. I want to get that going. We need like 4 other people that have a copy.
I don't even know that you need them to have a copy.
I think you do for the money. I think it would be ideal if people could deal their own money.
You have trust
run the
issues.
board. Also, apparently, you need to roll yourself because you need to use the right hand.
Oh yeah, that is true. Yeah.
So people have to roll.
Yeah. Do you have trust issues though, Kyle?
Me?
Yeah.
With
the money, we have to make sure that we don't.
I trust everyone with my life. Everyone.
All right, we'll put that to the test. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, please hit like, hit subscribe. As Kyle Bridgett says, be a ding-dong daddy.
I need a better line. Now that I hear someone else saying that, it's kind of embarrassing.
I love it. I absolutely love Be a Ding Dong Daddy. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Toodaloo.